Ready, set.
We remember them as children, playing in a yard, blowing out candles, taking their first steps. We held them as babies and watched them grow into airmen. We remember them as our fathers and mothers, when we said goodbye and tried not to cry, and then letting it all out every time they came home, crying when it finally sunk in that this time they weren't coming home. We remember them on our wedding days, our first dates, waking up together, and how they died in slow motion on a phone call or in a living room when we heard the words, "You might want to sit down." The reality is, nobody was ever killed peacefully in action. And knowing that will rip your heart apart when you think of someone you loved and still love, always, in their final moments on this earth.
Welcome. How are we doing tonight? It is Tuesday tonight with Patriots Inside the Wire. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Tonight on Patriots Inside the Wire, we have Scotty Frazier. Scotty Frazier, veteran, Marine. You got to say that. Marine people, you got to know this. Everyone tuning in out there, welcome to Scotty Frazier for joining us. Along with Scotty Frazier, we have Sergeant Records. And with Sergeant Records, it is Jason. And we just like to say Jason. So, Jason, we'll get into that in a moment in regards to Sergeant Records and the mission and what you have going on. Welcome, Scotty. It is good to see you. We're just with you at Vet Fest, and I was blown away. It was beautiful. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for joining us over the weekend.
Well, thank you. I heard some incredible artists singing. We've had one of them on the show before. We got to know your mission, your passion, and I got to know what I already thought I knew you very, very well, but now it's like family well. So it was so nice to be able to meet the people, the family that serve as well, that are behind you. So when I met your family and your friends, Scotty, it said it all. I was a little jealous, I'm not going to lie. I was like, okay, wait. So he has pulled this off this long that I'm not special. So, all right, I get it. I'm not the only one, but I like messing with you. But you do absolutely vouch for this. I have been in moments, and I think we all have them. We all have moments, and it's for different reasons. Um, we all know mine has to do with losing a son, serving, active duty, and connecting to a veteran. I have found is that home. It is the troop. It is the unit we're missing, and it is the person that brings us back. And it's Scotty Frazier here, you guys, right here, this Marine, for I don't even know how long now, Scotty. Scotty has been talking, mentoring. I could be in Tennessee. I can be doing all sorts of things that he has no clue what I'm doing. And I send a message. There he is. Scotty has never wavered. He has never asked the question. He's not even asked why. He's just like, what do we need to do? Here it is, this person, and let's do it. And man, you're the let's do it, like do or die. And this hat right here is from Vet Fest from this weekend. And that is what this hat says. That is what it means. And I am grateful that I got to meet you in person, Scotty. I am so lucky to have you. And I'm not sharing you with everyone. So nobody get your ideas out there that I don't think he has any more room, to be honest. He really doesn't. Scotty is just so booked up between work and running a successful music industry that you're in right now, and launching with Sergeant Records with Jason, which we have here, and we'll get into that mission. But Scotty, you don't have much more time in there, so we got to look out for you too. So be
Appreciate
careful. I was able to connect with your wife very, very well. And so we're like family too. So like we're like, ah, sorry, Scotty, you're gonna take a break.
it. Very
No, we
good.
got
All good and well. Yeah. Well, I thank you very much for those very kind words. And while my name is said a lot, I'm very grateful. I do enjoy this mission that I'm on, but I have to be very, very upfront and very clear that I'm part of a team. That I may be the one that spends the most of the time on the microphone, but I'm definitely part of the team, and alongside with Jason, who really handles a lot of the behind scenes stuff and a lot of the business that is so important to us to keep us moving forward as a team. My wife, who handles a lot of the administrative stuff and hugging necks and keeping people happy, and of course, my guy Tucker running sound and all that, and a couple volunteers. So I'm very honored to have my name, on the placard on the desk, but I'm merely just a member of the team. So thank you so much.
Well, I'm just glad to be a part of that team, and whatever I can do going forward to help
Absolutely, and you
you.
guys as well. I apologize
Well,
to cut
hey,
you off, but let's
no,
include
no,
let's include
no.
you and Brandy in there too. Yeah,
I was going to say anything, even personally, with you and I still ongoing. I'm there for you. You're there for me, the same way it was. I like that. I like the family atmosphere that we have as far as taking care of each other. So I definitely got to know. Listen, folks, you're listening right now. Inside the wire means safe. Like I have been safe because of Scotty Frazier. So he has no clue on certain occasions. I got into a conversation with his wife about a couple of the conversations of what was happening when I had to reach out to Scotty while I was in Tennessee, and she was a little shocked. And I said, "Yeah, Scotty doesn't know this story. There's a few of them that he does not know." And she was like, "Wow." And I said, "Yeah, it's just a matter of all I have to do is just say I need someone. I need you, and if it can't be you, the one that you trust that's here, and you've never wavered." So again, I just have to say it, Scotty Frazier, thank you for your service, but more importantly, thank you for taking in the families, those of us who don't know our home anymore, those of us who are just looking for someone to take us in and make us a part of that team again. So you
thank
did
you.
that, and in your
Hearts is-
team,
Yeah,
we have Jason here. Jason, it was beautiful to meet you. Your like mindedness that you have in regards to the mission, in regards to the ongoing future with Sergeant Records. We spoke a little on that. And we got to talking and talked about we need to collaborate on a couple of things. That there's something that will come up in Tennessee. We want to see about getting Scotty Frazier and another artist out there with Sergeant Records. So, Jason, we thank you. Hey, folks, Vet Fest was beautiful. Out of Houston, toys are going to veterans in homes where these kids, they weren't going to be receiving any toys. These are homes that needed food, toys, Christmas. The holidays could be tough. And when you get people together, it's just amazing. And I'm going to admit it, it was only my second event, and I was not very comfortable at first. I mean, I was a little anxious, but it was great. It was almost like a family reunion. I'm not sure the right word there, but the mission, the accomplishment of the vendors, and all veterans. So every veteran that was there as a vendor, not only did they receive for their business that they own, these are veteran owned companies and organizations, but then you had veterans there putting on the event also. So when you give back, you get back. So your do or die, Scotty, was at Vet Fest, and I can't wait to see what we're doing later. So thank you for doing that, Scotty. If anyone out there is listening and you would like to know more about dropping off some toys, you can go to sergeantrecords.com. It is scrolling there at the bottom of the screen, and they can let you know more about where to drop off locations for more toys. I know that it was like pouring out of the box, so I was just so happy to see that. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
I've actually got those boxes right here. I'm looking at them right now in the home studio here, and they're overflowing with toys. So you and Brandy
Amazing.
and the work that Jason and Stacia coordinated really reached people, and folks just brought in these toys, and we're going to get them. We're going to get them to these kids of financially challenged veterans, and that was just a big part of what Jason and I set out to do from the very beginning, was to
Well,
center it around this and helping these kids. So
well,
you
you
know,
did, Scotty, but you also didn't do it just for the kids. You did it for not only moms that were there, other veterans that were there, other patriots. We assembled a group of people that all the way from, I think, Minnesota, all the way down to Texas, you name it, are now talking and going, wow, I can't believe, we get into a subject. Um, I won't get into the back channel stuff, but
Hey,
you
Brian, we'll definitely forward the information on over to you. I do apologize for interrupting. And
hey Brian.
also,
Hey,
yeah,
November 28th.
yep, definitely Operation Base Rush. So, yep, so forward operating base rush. And also, I just wanted to quickly just interject. Did you guys know that there is a gunny clause? So there's a Marine Corps Santa.
Okay.
And this was at the New York Comic Con, and he actually was very disappointed that he missed your event because he's actually coming on the show on the 7th of December with Rosie as well, and he actually has been following all of this, and he loves metal.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, you'll have to connect us all, and send them to the website, or get them in contact with with on phone with me or Jason, and let's connect and get them at the next one and make it bigger and better than ever.
We
Absolutely.
will. We will. Thank you for that, Brandy. SergeantRecords.com is the way to find out more about that. Gunny Claus. Yes. Resilient Patriots. We will be doing a Christmas special coming up. We'll get into that later, but right now it's all about Sergeant Records and Scotty Frazier. Uh, Thank you for that. I can't wait to meet Gunny Claus. I'm probably the only one that hasn't or doesn't know. So thank you so much for that. I see that there, Brian. Thank you. Got it. There is a breakfast December 2nd at the fellowship. All are welcome, and the veterans can eat for free. The first event, December 2nd, fellowship breakfast. Want to get that out there. So, right now, I think I'd like to go over to and ask Scotty something and then Jason. So, Scotty, after being at your event and seeing so many people come together over you, your music, your mission, what did you take out of that, out of your heart? Um, and then what was your favorite? I know it's hard to pick a favorite, but what is your favorite moment that you remember uh, after this all coming together? Because it's a lot of work to put on an event like this.
It was absolutely a lot of work. I know that there's a lot of moving parts that Jason and I and Stacia all did, and we had some volunteer help at the event. There's a lot of moving parts, but I think I speak for probably me and Jason that it's very rewarding. It's tiring, but it's very rewarding. It's like a military mission that we're on. My takeaway was really in the moment, and just seeing all the smiles. It seemed like a couple hundred strangers walked into that place, and a whole big family was gathering. And that's really what we do at Sergeant Records. That's what Jason and I really talked about from the very beginning when we put this thing together, is that we want a family environment. We want veterans and veteran supporters and the like to just feel welcomed. We want everyone, regardless of service and background, just to feel welcomed. No one's excluded. And it really for me was the smiles and just seeing everybody getting along and happy. I really enjoyed seeing the artists, including myself, but the other artists being spotlighted. It was nice to see other people besides myself on the stage, to share in that with the other artists, but just to see all the smiles and just see everybody happy. That's what it was for me.
I agree. We've got pictures of that. We'll eventually get some of that out for everyone out there listening. Stay tuned. There's more that's going to roll out between videos and photos and everything that happened at this event. We have some beautiful moments and memories that we captured there with Sergeant Records. So we collaborated with multiple people in regards to getting things done across the U.S. as patriots, not just as veterans, but veterans, obviously, that's the catalyst. But as patriots, now that I look at Jason when I think of this, and I look at myself as patriot. I know Scotty says different, and Brandy would say different to me. Um, I family, it was like a family reunion to me. It was like, everyone was welcome, everyone was kind. You're right. The other artists that were playing, um, Scotty, you had one that just jumped right up there. Hadn't been on a stage in a while and just blew it out of the water. And I
Yeah,
was like, wow.
the last time he'd been on stage, I think, was actually in Nashville, where I know you came back from just recently. And we kind of put him on the spot. BJ Leggett kind of put him on the spot. John Swat called him up, and he did a wonderful, wonderful song. So
He did
it's just
amazing. I
really,
was
really
like, "Oh, he got put on the spot." I'm like, "Okay, John, Mr. Urban Cowboy, are you doing Saturday Night Fever now? What are you gonna do?" You just put him on the spot. We did, by the way, folks, everybody listening, we did get SWAT to do Saturday Night Fever meets Urban Cowboy. And we will talk about that another day. Thank you for that. You know what? Jason, so Jason, your Sergeant Records, it's scrolling right there, sergeantrecords.com. Jason, we had a conversation about being patriots. And, sometimes when we are around a group of veterans, we long for that brotherhood, sisterhood that they may have. But then again, we really don't want the other side of that, which I know some because of my son being in Iraq. And
Yeah.
3 military miles of Texas. We did that part is a no, but you and I connected on a couple of things, and one of those was kind of where do we fit in here? And you have figured that out too. You have figured that out through Sergeant Records. So, can you let us know and let our listeners know just a little bit about Sergeant Records and what it means to you in your mission?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for coming. I drove a good distance just to come out and support us, and we appreciate you guys for doing that. We have people from Tennessee, Minnesota, you guys from San Antonio, Austin area. So just the fact that we're getting so much traction and so many people coming out from different parts of the state, different states, just means that we're on the right track. That just makes me feel really good of itself that we're on the right track. And this thing was born out of a little bit of frustration, a little bit of necessity, and a little bit of this make something happen. Scotty had a dream of, trying to pass on some of the things that healed him, and some of the programs that helped him along the way. He wanted to pass that forward. He knew people needed help, and the only way he knew how to do that was through music. So this is where it was all born. We start collaborating, start talking about different ideas, just bouncing off each other. And what ended up happening is, he had this great name that I couldn't get away from. And I said, man, why don't we just do it? And our first event, 2 days later, we had a venue, and less than a month later, we had to get it done. So we threw it together. That was a big learning curve. But in that, though, before we started all this, before he even filed for the paperwork to get the LLC, we sat down and we talked about what is the vision, what is the mission, what's the purpose, what do we stand for? And that's something that Scott and I, we sat a lot of hours next to the soccer field watching our kids play soccer together, and we talked about a lot of different things, and that came, our values lined up, and so we already knew that from the get-go. So what it means is, to me, is just like there's people that need help. There's people that give help. There's people that just don't know how to ask, don't know what to do. I think the purpose mainly is just to pull people together, like a family, like you guys experienced this past weekend. Just make you feel comfortable, and you get to know people, and you get to hear their heart and hear the story, and we can be a conduit to help connect people, and that's the main thing. And Scotty's main mission is to do it through music, and along the ways is we pick every once in a while. And Scotty's majority, he's the one that kind of leads that idea of like we have to give back every single big event that we do. We're giving back somehow. And we're sticking to that. That's our foundation, and that's what we want to do. That's what we're going to do, and that's why I came on, because of his belief and his determination of, this is what we're going to do, and if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. And so, in doing all this, that's our main purpose. That's our mission. So, just mainly be a conduit and to connect people, have a good time. Something that you said about Scotty is, he has a lot of, all those people in his life, how you fit in kind of thing. And, he pulls loyal, he has loyal people, right? So the loyalty of people when they first meet him, he is so authentic, so real. And, there's a few people this past weekend that had tears in their eyes, just thinking, man, this is nothing like I thought it was. I came out to see what it was all about. And really, you guys were not kidding. This is awesome. And I heard that more than once. And it was really cool to see that come together and to see people moved by not only the music, of course, but by the fact that what we're doing, how we're doing it, how we just structure it, and how we are family. And Stacia walks around. She's like, I call her the first lady. She's got such a good demeanor, such a great smile, and she is awesome, and she is the backbone for Scotty when I'm not around. So
Yep, she's already told me. We've already had like several conversations, and it's so now you've got a team, Scotty. That may be good or bad. I don't know. I think it'll be good in the long run. But you are right, Stacia. We got to talking, and that's why I want everyone listening to understand. Look, our service members, our veterans, while they're serving, have served. There's always someone back home, right? We all got a mom. We all got a mama. We've all got somebody that's there. And that person that's there makes a big difference in the way that goes. I saw that in Stacia. So Stacia, we bonded immediately, and she's also beautiful, Scotty. I was like, Stacia reminds me of like a pinup girl,
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
like 50s
Yeah.
style. I was like, it was beautiful. I was like, I love your hair.
I
And
often
it's
say that she was born 50 years too late. Yeah, she's got that Rosie the Riveter kind of pinup style. Yeah.
I said the same thing. And I love that era too. I love everything about the females.
Yeah.
I love everything about females just empowering, the dressing, and what it was all about. So I'm hoping we bring some of that back as patriots. That's what I want to see. I would love to see this country. I would love to see our patriots. And I would love to see everyone. If you disagree, agree to disagree. But let's agree that we are patriots and that we, the people, are going to come together and we are going to get this right in this country because this is what we fought for. And there is no other way. It's we, the people, and our Constitution. And it is because of veterans like you and their families and our patriots. Thank you for that, Jason. So, Scotty, you've got multiple songs that I know all the words to, but we've got a song of yours. And I know you have one coming out soon, actually. You actually have a release coming out. Is it about a month away?
We're shooting for January, for the end of January for my second album, which will be entitled Never Surrender. Never Surrender will be the title. The song will be the title track on that. It'll be a revamped version of Never Surrender, which was also on the first album, Do or Die. And it'll be a 2024 release with a number of songs about service, songs about service and sacrifice, and songs just about America and love and family and friends, and just really about the thing that that I've got with this Sergeant Records team with Jason and Stacia and these folks. It's very, very inspirational. So just I'm only as good as the company I keep. So as long as I keep around these folks, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Well, you're around some excellent people there, so it's going to be great. I can't wait for your album. Anyone listening, again, it's sergeantrecords.com, Sergeant, as it would be in the service. Check it out. This is live right now, but this recording will stick around. So, Scotty, let's get one of your videos rolling. What do you think, Brandy? She's got her mic off.
I know, like you kind of caught me off guard today on some stuff. So I'm trying to do it behind the scenes. Yeah. But yeah, well, what video would you guys like to play? I know we've got some the ones that we have the MP3s, as well as we can have a video play. What would you like to have us play for you guys?
Oh, Scotty, you're being put on the spot here.
Let's go with red, white, and blue.
Does anyone have any requests?
Oh, okay. Sure. Jason, you got a preference between red, white, and blue and Do or Die of the official music videos? You got a...
I think I'll lean towards the red, white, and blue also.
Okay.
Yeah.
The operations guy says it, and so it shall be.
Okay. You got this one ready?
Okay.
All right, folks, you're going to get to hear...
I'm gonna put me 1 second.
A song from Scotty Frazier. They have picked red, white, blue. I do want you to hear Just Die. Check out Never Surrender. The album that's coming out next year, the song that's there now. So while we get this song rolling, I am just talking to you.
You are. We appreciate it.
I love honesty.
All right, let's see.
Seen her out in LA playing with a band. In Carolina, dancing on the sand. She's a star that's slipping through my hands, like the ones that fell on Alabama. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. She'll get you high as the Colorado skies, and she shines like those New York City lights. As tough as Texas, and brother, she just might knock you to the ground if you start a fight. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. She'll wait there in the harbor, holding up her light. She'll bring a fallen soldier home underneath her stripes. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. She's red, white, and blue.
Beautiful. Red, white, and blue. What a beautiful song, Scotty. I do have 2 questions for you.
Yes.
Love it. Love everything
Thank
about it. Where'd you
Thank
get
you.
the blonde in the convertible and then the brunette at the end with the flag?
Just
Just in
specific
my
ones.
special network of special people.
All right. Well, your special
Good
people
answer.
did a great
Smart answer.
job.
Well, thank you very much for the kind
I
words.
thought
Thank you
about
so much.
that. I was like, that's a really cool, like, she's in the convertible or blonde hairs everywhere. And then all of a sudden you got a brunette spinning that flag. I'm like, where did he
Just
get
our
the blonde
extended fan
and
base.
the
Yeah.
brunette? Yeah. Yeah. I the brunette to me is based off Stacia, but I was like, I'm gonna have to ask some questions off the back channels. I'll ask you more, but all right, I got you on that one.
You could just say you're a Marine. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
I totally should have used Stacia in that part right there.
You know,
Appreciate
to be
that.
completely honest, so I have one of my new songs that's released as a single. Just kind of not to cut you off, Jason, but to piggyback on what you just said, that there's a song called "Half the Way Home," and it's a song about when I came home from the Middle East and saw her in San Diego at the base, and I realized that I'd left a part of myself over there. I think we kind of all do, you know, and I want to shoot a video for it this winter, and I really would like her to be in that video with me, to be the actress in the video. So, so y'all, I can hear her in the background, you know, but maybe y'all can help talk her into being our actress for the next
We
video.
will help her get her glam on for that 50s pinup girl. She's got
That'd
it
be
rocking already. So we
The
will.
operations
Definitely.
manager said it has to happen.
Well,
Okay, okay.
all right. Well, then
Well,
we
usually
are.
when Jason
Theo
says
says it's gonna
something's going to
happen.
happen, it happens.
That's fair.
Stacia, I got your back. Send me a message. No, actually, I can see her right there. Now, that is the song I've been waiting to hear you say because that is one, as talking to you as a friend, we have talked about that song quite a bit. So, that song that I am waiting for everyone else to hear because that song isn't just a song. That is a story of real life, the true heartbeat of America. That is a true story that's lived, and many people with their different stories They often have that same similar. I don't have yours, Scotty. I do remember waiting forever for R&R to come around. Stop loss, stop pay, you name
Good
it.
things take time.
I mean, yeah, and then arriving on July 4th. I mean, we'll get into that later, but man, I can see Stacia because I was on pins and needles. Just when is this going to happen? And then when do you get back? And are you? Man, you're wonderful, Scotty. Stacia, you're beautiful, holding down the fort for the family. I want us all to remember that as patriots. And that's why I say patriots all the time, because it does take, to me, it takes a village. And I like that. I do like when we talk about the 50s, the village of bringing people together and being there for your neighbor, being there in a community again. And let's roll back. Let's roll it up back. Let's get together, connect, and grow, because we have a disconnect right now. And in this disconnect, we have a short amount of time that we need to get this right. So, Scotty, I think you're doing that with Sergeant Records. I think that Jason, you as a patriot, and knowing about you and your background, Jason is a true patriot. Uh, Two buddies go off to the Marines, and he thinks he's going to go. His mother, I'll never forget your story, Jason. Your mother in the corner, just her face that you were talking about. As a mom of someone who went in, it's strange because you don't have control in their own like property, and giving up that as a mom, that I couldn't do it. I mean, it's difficult. I did it to the best of my abilities. Then I created an organization and got right in there with his unit, with the chaplains. So shout out to all the chaplains. They go out on these missions when people are overseas. Jason, you had mentioned that there are the troops, the cards. We have the holidays approaching us, and there was a station there. And you were able to collect those cards. And they'll be going over to troops.
I know, I
Yes,
missed it.
yeah. Scotty has a troop in mind. I think he has a connection there, and so a little background history on how this developed, real quick, is our first event, Freedom Festival. Like I said, we had like less than a month to plan. Our main goal was to include as many veteran, it's veteran focused, right? As many veterans as possible. So we had veteran service organizations, veteran-owned businesses, stuff like that. So this is kind of basic. We kind of stemmed around that for our next event. So like a week later, we kind of took a little time away and recouped. I think we're our first or second conversation, Scotty. In 5 minutes we had Vet Fest planned. So, we had this planned for months about, I think talking about the toy drive, talking about Christmas card. We kept adding to it just a little bit here, a little bit there, and change a little bit here, a little bit there. But the idea, the concept has been there since right after our Freedom Festival at the end of May. And so it was easy in that regard. It's just the implementation of it. That's the operations part of it. But that's where our heart is all the time. And so Scotty has that. He has connections on sending those overseas to a troop that he knows, so they can get Christmas cards. Because that's the thing. I think Scotty can probably talk about this better than I can, but or somebody else who's been through that, where the care package they send or a Christmas card is just remind them a little bit of home, and that there are people here that think about you, and there are people here that care that you're over there and still defending our freedoms and fighting for our country and what we have established already. So it's not just the veterans here, it's the ones currently serving overseas. May not totally agree with why they're there, but I've always stood behind the fact that they're there. So, that was important to us. And I don't even know where the idea came from. We bounce ideas off each other so quick, and Stacia has a hand in that as well. So as far as ideas and come up with concepts, we work very well together and all that. So it's always veteran focused, always veteran driven to help where we can. So I think the overall goal was met in that regard. And the rest of it was just like a rock concert kind of thing, like a little mini Husick concert for you guys to come around and enjoy. And I just see this going up from here and expanding on the ideas and the concepts that we had over the last couple of events, to make it maybe a little bit less moving parts, or maybe a little bit bigger venue, maybe a little bit more people involved, something like that, right? So we got some ideas in the works, some things coming up. But the main thing, the main focus, or main ideas, or main concepts of helping veterans, spotlighting veteran-owned businesses, having the VSOs come out to talk about what they can help the veterans with, serving where we can with the current, enlisted, if there's a way to do that. We're open to any ideas as well. We got some, but I think Scotty's the final say so on all that. That's where his passion's at, and that's what he really, really believes in. And that's, like I said, that's where our foundation's built off of. Is this? That's the main goal, is to give back. So in the grand scheme of things, my logistics part of it, operations part of it, is just implementing and making stuff happen of the ideas that he comes up with, that we come up with together as a group of three, sitting in his home studio and talking about it and seeing, hey, what can we do better? Who can we help? How do we do this? And that's really
Well,
it.
beautiful, Jason. I mean, it is beautiful. I did Operation Green Santa for many years. So with an organization that I still have, but I have not put on an actual large concert event. I will be next year. We're going to launch in Tennessee, and then there will be one in Texas. I have 3 recommendations. One, there is a Christmas tree family, an organization that will send a live, miniature, like 3-foot tree to troops overseas on multiple units. And so anyone here that's listening, get a hold of like the Fisher House, or we do have here on our bases, you have one of the, I know Marine, I know I'm about to get it, but you do have one of the largest Army bases here in Texas. So we have a hospital there. There are many, many families that are there. The Fisher House, this is where they stay while their loved one is injured in the hospital. So the Fisher House was another way to do that, with food, blankets, whatever they may need. That is a big thing that is of need. The Christmas trees that were sent, and the biggest thing was connecting with chaplains overseas. These chaplains that are overseas, they are responsible for those out on a mission. They don't get to come back and say, "Oh wait, I need to go eat. Sorry, I'll be right back." Not how it works. So the chaplain gets out there and goes out on these missions and will bring out this stuff nonstop to help this mission while deployed. So by connecting with chaplains of units, and there is another organization that's fairly large. When you're in my position, and even before that, as an organization that I got to know, that I'm grateful for. And anyone that ever contacts me, I say, have you ever heard of Survivor Outreach Services? And I don't mean a nonprofit that is a nonprofit, say, like I've started, or that you might want to start. This is something that is there forever for someone like me, and many others, not just me. I've gotten phone calls where someone might be in need of something that's a Patriot. The database, the information that they keep for us ongoing, because as an active duty soldier is taken away and killed, you're forever military. So I don't know how else to say that, but you're forever kept in touch with the coordinator. So all this information that comes out to me, I am more than happy to share it. I think that it does need to get out to more people that are not just someone like me. It needs to be there, the veterans that are working in the community, the patriots that are working in the community. This could be something, and that's my this whole time, in my head, I'm going, if I could just figure out connecting veterans and patriots with these families. Um, I mean, all the dots are there. It's already created. It's a matter of, let's implement this idea now and put it all together. And I do like to think large. So overwhelmingly. But that, and we're gonna do Battle of the Bands. I want to bring back Battle of the Bands. We'll talk more on that later. But Battle of the Bands was so much fun, enjoyment. It was Patriots, veterans of all sorts coming together, hearing live music. You know, we are in Texas, live music capital of the world. So we'll get on that too. But Scotty, if you ever need a name, a number, even families, there's multiple there in Houston. I am a resource, just a person that can get that information, and I'm happy to do so. So let me know if you ever need that. There's a stockings, like holiday stockings in every branch. They're gorgeous. But there are many things that are there that we just need to loop around. Let's loop it back around, bring it back. I came out of the shadows. That's what happens to people, right? Well, to me, I shouldn't say everyone. We all have our things, but yes, when you lose a child, it scares me if someone isn't broken. Um, that takes a bit, you know. I'm doing great. You have great days, but I won't lie. I'm an old school. I tell the truth. You know, it's it can be tough. Um, but again, I get to look at Scotty and I get to go, you know what? Who is going to answer that call? Who is that? And it's been Scotty without even knowing anything that was happening lately. So, Scotty, you have your family. You have had my back in so many ways without even knowing half the time what I was up to
Hey,
and what I had to do.
hey
So,
Tracy, I didn't
yeah.
mean to cut you off. I do
No,
apologize. I have PTSD, and like if I keep going any longer, I will absolutely forget what I'm going to ask.
okay.
So Jason or Scotty, either one, were the Sergeant Records. I wanted to know if there were any, because I've had some people that have reached out recently that are maybe interested as the fledgling musicians or people that want to get in touch with you guys for events or things like that. Is like sergeantrecords.com the best place for them to contact you, or what would you recommend?
You want to take that, or you want me to take that, Jason?
We can tag team it. Why don't you go first?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Go to the website. There's a contact page on the website. Every person that contacts us, you know, you can go through our Facebook page. You can go through our website. Every single person, I might eat my words one of these days, and I hope I'm forced to, but every single person that reaches out to us hears back from us pretty darn quick. That's the best way to contact, unless Jason has some other avenues. But we would love to hear from any. We get messages from up and coming musicians, from new musicians. We would love to continue to add to the roster of musicians we support. We're getting ready to start the process of putting together recording and at a studio here in Houston. And so, yeah, please reach out, get in contact if there is events and those sort of things. Those are things that Jason will take the lead on, those big ticket items. But definitely reach out to us, please.
I thank you for that, Brandy. I was thinking the same thing. What about new artists? What about artists coming in? Are you taking any? I was definitely thinking that. Thank you for jumping in. You can jump in anytime. I get the whole PTSD thing.
Well,
Um,
let me
yes,
capitalize. Let me capitalize on what
Jason, do
Scotty kind of extend on that answer. So we are definitely adding to our roster. We're not going to give away exactly what we're doing. We're not doing any big moves yet, but we are definitely in the process of basically just consolidating all of our resources and getting a list together, like Scotty said. And we are looking for veteran artists. We're looking for regular artists, mainly original music preferred. That's mainly what we try to do, like try to look for. So if you're a veteran artist that has original music, that kind of goes to the top of the list of kind of things we do. But original songs also, no big deal. We got room for that too. So and we're going to span as we go on. but we're also, I mean, we're always interested in anybody that wants to connect with us, whether it's a veteran service organization that may want to look at doing something with us, or a veteran owned business, especially, you know, anything locally would be awesome. Houston surrounding area, anything around here, or if you want to drive, we really don't care. Or if it's another state, something we can collaborate on, we can do remotely. You know, obviously the big events is going to have to be local unless we start doing some stuff out of state, which is maybe in the plans for later down the line if we collaborate with somebody like you're talking about Tennessee, you know, do something in Tennessee, for example. So, you know, if somebody wants to do something somewhere else, you know, we're open to that, but we have to get our resources in place. You know, there's financial backing that we need to get, some sponsorships we're working on, and some resources, just people helping out. Um, you know, right now it's kind of limited hands, and many hands make light work, and that's kind of where what I'm working on too, is trying to get everything in place. And we have created so many great resources already just from these last two big events, and we had a few handful of a little bit smaller events that Scotty put on, that we just constantly get contact through, and contacts of contacts, and this thing is growing exponentially. Scotty likes to use the term spider web. You know, it is exactly what it is. You contact one person and they give you a lead to somebody else. And I just the week before this event happened, I got to go through my phone and start documenting this stuff, because I got, hey, you need to call this guy, you need to call this guy, and I call so many people, I don't even know who I called anymore. Yeah,
Where's that card again?
yeah, I literally called somebody and said, I'm not sure if I contacted you, but if I have, I'm sorry, but you know, and that would happen more than once, you know, so.
There's
you know,
been so many contacts, yeah, that both of us have
Yes.
been in. So yeah,
That's
I'm in
awesome.
the same
I
I'm in the
get
same
it.
boat, Jason. Yeah.
Hey,
but-
you're just called being honest and
Support. That's
is pulling a Tracy. I think it's beautiful. So that's great.
Anything based on any kind of operations thing, event wise, you know, VSOs, VBOs. I mean, you can reach out to both of us, but anything mainly on the business event side or anything else, you can reach out to me, sgtrecords@gmail.com, or I'm sorry, sgtrecordsops, OPS @gmail.com. If they want anything operational wise, I think the musicians probably should go more to Scotty. He's the one that we've got a couple of people on the website that go through the thing. He's one of the ones that gets that as well. But we can tag team that wherever we need to, and we do help each other out. But anything that's mainly big organizations or big time events, or a lot of planning, talking, kind of coordinating things, that can go to me. And then, you know, we can pull everybody in, of course, but you know, where we need help at, any kind of resources anybody has, or any ideas, like we're also obviously open to that as well. But we have a lot of irons in the fire, and we're trying to grow organically in a way to where we stay focused on our mission. We have a solid foundation of what we're doing. We don't stray from that. So, you know, regardless of what happens, is we're going to be true to ourselves and what we stand for. So we may not jump on every little thing. I want to make sure my job is to make sure that it stays growing in a way we can handle it, in a way and move in the right direction of what we believe in, and that everything that we associate with is in line with what we believe in and where we're going.
It's beautiful, Jason. I cannot wait. By the way, Stacia already like they gave me your number, and everyone's looking for a picture of you. And she's like, and by the way, you can use Jason too, because he's pretty much like Scotty. He's like another Scotty. So you know,
There's
you
not two
can have him
Scotties.
too.
What?
I'm not kidding.
We
So
got Scotty and COO. They're two very different individuals, ma'am. No.
No. Stacia, Scotty's wife. Beautiful.
He's taller and better looking than me.
No. She's saying that I can have Jason and Scotty because they are between the two of them. You know, you just can't.
Yeah.
beat it. So
Hold on,
It's awesome you guys reach out.
she's trying to shuffle fault. Hold on, I'm gonna text her
you're
right
being
now.
camped
I'm
out.
gonna text her right now.
The audacity.
Yeah.
What is our admin girl coordinating in the background there? Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty's my second
It's
wife,
all
and Stacey's
good.
my third wife. So
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Big and miss,
Well,
guys.
I'm
so
just
either way,
saying,
I got
family
two naggers I got to listen to the whole time I'm there.
The only one that's the ex-wife is my ex-husband.
Yeah. I'm just there for the family reunion relationships. And yes, Jason, you are offered up as a resource to Tracy. So if I
Ugh,
can't get Scotty, I
careful
can
what you.
go to Jason. There you go. Oh, look, Jason, in all honesty, to be honest, like I know Scotty, you're so busy doing the music and all. In the operations side, I lived through it through trials and tribulations. So I know where to steer and kind of get over those hurdles that, you know, it's smart to reach out and talk to others who may have advice to say, let's maybe go this route. One of those is, I'll put you in touch with those is Memories of Honor. It's just Memories of Honor. You can look that up, .org. Uh, she's amazing. It's not just her, just like with you. It's not just her, and it's not just Scotty here. It takes a team. But what's being built, what's being done in Texas and Tennessee, that is where I'm going back and forth. And while I was doing a lot of different things, they were already doing some of those things. So we will make sure to get you connected. I would love to do that. I want to get you in touch with Amy in regards to an event that is coming up next year, a concert at the first of the year there in Tennessee. We do have something with Redneck Riviera as well. And of course, Mr. SWAT reminded me, he's like, wait a minute, Redneck Riviera. I'm like, yes, it's in Nashville. And he's Googling, he's like, wait, does so and so own that? And I'm like, I talked to the real like veterans that are working there, and I'm not really sure about like the owners, but he Googled it and looked it up for me. So, yes, I knew who owned the place, but it was just a funny little moment. So,
And
thank
just
you.
for everybody that wants to check out sergeantrecords.com, it looks like for some reason the ticker had two dots before the com. I don't know why that was, but Sergeant Records and then just one period.com. And then for events, it's the HTTPS www.sergeantrecords.com/events or contact or whatever tabs you would choose there. But they're awesome at getting back to everybody. And I know that we're getting close to running out of time, but Tracy, did you want to have anything to talk about before we wrap up tonight?
I just want to say to each one of you that it was a beautiful experience. I met a village of people that I've already been in contact with. So I didn't even get in my front door before I had messages all over the phone. So thank you for that. Thank you for having us there. Scotty, thank you for always just having my back. The fact that I don't have to explain and you're just there, I just hope that more people will do that. We just need to be there for each other as patriots, come together. Um, you know, life's too short. Let's get things going and
Guys,
growing together, right? That's what I look
thank you.
for.
Anytime. Anytime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you for
And
having us
Jason,
on. We
yeah,
really appreciate the both of you, and we really appreciate both of you. This is second time we've been on your podcast, and we look forward to very many more in the near future. And we'll keep everybody posted through the website and through your media of what we got coming up. We've got some big things in the works, as Jason mentioned, and as those come to fruition, we will be revealing. And I tell you, if there's a common denominator at a Sergeant Records event, and I hope you ladies can corroborate this, it's smiles and family. It's camaraderie and togetherness. You don't have to be a veteran. Everyone is welcome at our events. Everyone that wants to celebrate our heroes, and let's bring it together as family. Keep it moving forward.
Thanks, Scotty. You're awesome.
Thank you.
What about you, Jason, Mr. COO? We didn't hear you.
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I'm just giving you a hard time.
So no, the only thing I would say is that the guy has a good point. Is that's our main focus, and we're trying to make sure we stay with that. And in that we meant like something that is always at our events as well is see if we can support each other somehow, right? So if somebody needs support, whether it's just talking to you and say, hey brother, I know something, I understand, or hey, I know somebody that does, and they get you the right person. And in that, we've established some great connections. Scotty has some great connections with people, and I made some great connections with some people. And in all that, like I said, I think I might have mentioned it last time, we got some, some people that want to help and want to volunteer, and give and help us out in any way they can, which is absolutely incredible. The way the community, the veteran community stands behind each other, and they stand up and they say, "Oh, you're doing something. What do you need from me?" They don't even ask. They say, "What do you need?" And so just if you tell them a little bit what you're doing. I can't tell you how many times I spoke to someone on the phone, and once they hear what we're doing, they're like, "I'm in. Like, what do you need?" And I'm not even finished speaking yet, and they're like, "No, it's good enough. Like, I'm in." So the fact that we have so much support is absolutely incredible. Like I said, we had somebody make shirts for us. That's a veteran-owned business. We had people make some coffee, a special blend coffee for us. That's the Sergeant Records coffee, Sergeant Records hot sauce, and we're looking at a couple others that might be interested in doing stuff like that. And the way they brought it to our attention, like, hey, this is, why don't we structure it like this to where, they buy straight from me basically, and you're helping two veteran businesses. So it's a great opportunity for us to get some revenue income to help to continue our purpose of Scotty's mission to put people through some of these programs, to put people maybe on tour, right? If we get enough veteran artists and get enough traction, which I know we will eventually, to help put these veteran artists on tour, because they do have a story just like Scotty's to tell. And one of the great things about Scotty's music, the way he writes it, you don't have to be a veteran and go through what he went through to understand. We've all felt lost. We all felt down and out. We all felt sad. We all felt, some heartstrings being pulled there. And it just means more when you've been through it. And Scotty has a story all the time. Every event, he talks about how people come up to him and, then they see his tattoos and that reached me. They brothers, but there's people that are civilians that are just like, man, I really appreciate what you're doing. So it's impactful what we're doing. And like I said, just how fast they stand up, how fast they ask, what can we do to help? It's just incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So we're looking forward to big things for sure.
Yes, and honestly, we truly appreciated it. And the true spirit of "I have your six" was very much present at the event, and that's something that was very, very refreshing to me, because of the fact that you don't always have surroundings when you go to events where you feel that, where if you needed to go up to someone and ask, "Hey, I'm having this, it's an issue, or this is happening," or I have questions about my claims or something like that. It's very rare to find a place where you could actually get that opportunity. And the fact that you had that there just waiting for people in a non-threatening, not crazy overcrowded environment where people, obviously there's music playing, but you could be heard and you could ask people and you could go to the side or places that were more private. And I think it was very well set up. And I don't know where Tracy went, but not a worry.
Stacy just said that she got knocked off. So
we're kind of a little bit over time, so that's fine. But we'll go ahead. I didn't see her, but she's not popping back.
Time for me to roll to the studio and get my nighttime occupation on. So,
well, thank you guys so much for coming on again. Please join Tracy again next week, and thank you guys again. And we look forward to more events. Have a good night, guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you.